Hey everybody, it's Martian Monkey here, and it's going to be my The Flash, Season 1, oh, not Season 1, actually, let me take that back, Season 2, Episode 4 review and rundown. There's a good amount of stuff to talk about in this episode, not really a huge episode except for the ending where we got that character that showed up randomly. It was a really interesting thing though, I actually got really interested about that. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so spoiler alert if you have not seen the episode yet. Other than that, let's get started. Okay, so this episode was basically about setting up Firestorm, Legends of Tomorrow stuff, a whole bunch of other things for just Firestorm in general. We got the Jax Jackson character. We got Tokamak, but that really wasn't a big deal. So yeah, and a bunch of Iris stuff. So it really wasn't that big of an episode, but it was a fun episode just to watch. So let's talk about Firestorm first, because big story to little story. Firestorm goes up at the top. So this episode, like I said, was establishing the Jax Jackson character, or Jefferson Jackson, whatever you want to say. I really like the character. I think it's a really cool thing. Now, a lot of people are confused as to who is this character and why they never heard of them before. This character, Jax Jackson, is actually not actually a character. See, what's happening here is that they're going for a new Firestorm, and they didn't think, since Jason Rusch, you guys remember Jason Rusch from Season 1, they didn't think that Jason Rusch would be a really good character to put in Legends of Tomorrow, and just having him as Firestorm, maybe the actor wasn't available, and they didn't want to recast him and all that stuff. So they just thought, instead of doing Jason Rusch, they just made a new character named Jax Jackson. Now, Jax Jackson is basically Jason Rusch with a different name, and also has some Ronnie Raymond traits, so they kind of just threw it all together and mixed it up in like this big mixing bowl and created this new character. They just baked this character in the oven, took it out, here's Jax Jackson. So we get a flashback of Jax, before the particle accelerator. My battery's almost dying, that was a notification. Before the particle accelerator, we get some stuff with him as a football player. Did anybody else try to look for Victor Stone Cyborg Easter eggs with the football player jerseys? I totally did. I was like, okay, maybe it's possible that this could happen. I'm not really sure. But if Arrow can do Hal Jordan basically with a jacket just standing right there, then the Flash can do Victor Stone walking by Cyborg. They can do that. Maybe, I don't know. The movies are using Cyborg, and they're probably going to use Hal Jordan too. But if they can do that, why can't the Flash do Cyborg? But anyway, that was just a really fun thing. I was just looking for the Easter egg in there. But anyway, yeah, we got that flashback with him getting hit by the explosion by the particle accelerator. Flash forward to now, see what I did there? Flash forward to now where we get him. He's a possible match for Firestorm along with Henry Hewitt. My battery was dying. I needed to put the charger on here. But anyway, so yeah, Henry Hewitt, another possible candidate for Firestorm. Now, he's actually Tokamak from the comics. Random way of how they weaved him into the episode as a villain. Like, I thought it was kind of weird how, oh, he has anger issues, and then they just make him a villain. So that was kind of weird. I feel like they had to do that, though, because of all the other stuff that was going on with, like, Jax Jackson and then Iris's mom and then all that stuff. I feel like they had to weave it in there that way, but still, let's be real here. That wasn't really a cool... let's be real. To be honest with me, I feel like that was kind of sloppy just to, like, throw him in there. I know I'm not, like, bashing the writers or anything like that, but I was like, really? Oh, he has anger issues. Now he's Tokamak. So it's like... really? I don't know. Maybe it just felt that way to me. Like, we still got the cool ending with another character that I'm going to talk about in a second, but still, I didn't really like the whole Tokamak thing this episode. It wasn't really my cup of tea, if you would say so myself. I felt like kind of weird, but oh well. But anyway, Henry Hewitt isn't a match for Firestorm, as we know. That's why he becomes Tokamak later on in the episode. His radioactive power craziness comes out. He becomes a villain right off the bat and tries to go after Caitlin. Now, before we move on with that, Caitlin, I feel like Danielle Panabaker, obviously, probably, in my book, one of the best actresses ever. Like, she's amazing. I think I've always liked Danielle Panabaker. Anything she's in is fantastic. Like, Yours, Mine, and Ours, Stuck in the Suburbs, just Read It and Weep, just everything she's in is great. So I feel like this episode, she played Caitlin well when Caitlin is jumping the gun. I feel like that's the theme of this episode. Iris jumped the gun a little bit on her mom, but Caitlin definitely jumped the gun with Henry Hewitt, bringing him into the cortex, the Flash suit just sitting there. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I feel like they have to be a little bit careful of, like, in this episode especially, of who they bring in there. It's like, now Henry basically knows, like, he doesn't know who the Flash is, but he can piece it together. So I feel like they need to, like, he's a genius. So they need to keep watch of who comes in and out. Like, that's the whole point of this season, was to make the security better. But anyway, she did a really good job at making Caitlin jump the gun to have Henry become the next Firestorm, when obviously it didn't work. Then, of course, later on, Jax Jackson, he comes around and agrees to try, mixing him with Martinstein or Converge, whatever you want to call it, and they end up being Firestorm, which is the coolest thing. So that's our new Firestorm. I'm excited. I like the actor who's playing Jax. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait for Legends, of course, as well, to see what's going on with that as well. I'm excited. So comment down below what you guys think of the new Firestorm. Do you like Jax Jackson or Ronnie Raymond better? I'm kind of leaning towards Jax Jackson. I wasn't really that big of a Ronnie fan, just because Robbie Mell is amazing, but I just didn't feel the character. And I feel like they didn't do the character as true as they like, because Ronnie Raymond's basically this whole jock aspect in the comics. That's why they made Jax Jackson a football player. That's where the whole Ronnie Raymond traits comes from. Whereas that was supposed to be Ronnie Raymond, yet they put it into Jax Jackson, because Ronnie Raymond, of course, was kind of like an engineer. So it makes sense that I would like Jax Jackson more. So yeah, but what do you guys think? Comment down below which Firestorm you like better. Alright, so moving on, we got some stuff with Iris and her mom. So Iris and her mom. So Iris is basically meeting with her mom this episode. And I feel like Iris, another character of this episode, like Candace Patton, amazing as well, but another character of this episode that is jumping the gun on their whole episode. Like, I feel like Caitlin did it the most, obviously, with Henry Hewitt. Like, that showed. But I feel like Iris definitely did it with her mom. At least not at the first part, but definitely at the second, where she talks about Wally West. I'm going to get into that in a second. But I feel like she's jumping the gun as well. So basically what's going on is that we find out that Iris's mom is dying. She gonna die. It's gonna be the last holiday up in here, and she's gonna just go on this vacation. No, I'm joking. But anyway, what actually happens is that she wants to be close to Iris. That's why she came back, is because she's dying. I feel like that's gonna be a fun story. I feel like the whole Wally West story is probably my favorite so far. Obviously, the main story as well, going on with Firestorm, was really cool as well. But this one I feel is really fun. Like, this is going to be a whole West family, like, craziness going on this season, and I'm going to be really excited for that. I cannot wait to see what's going on with that as well. So if you guys are excited for the West story, comment down below. But anyway, she finds out that she's dying. Iris heard something back there. I thought somebody walked in. Iris ends up looking into it, and she finds out that, yes, she is dying, but she also had a child. And that child, we don't know who the father is, but obviously it's going to be Joe. Joe is the father, and that is where Wally West, that's where the chips may fall, or Wally West comes in. Now, I think Iris definitely jumped the gun. I feel like when Francine, obviously I think Francine came to Central City, and she knew that she couldn't tell Joe and Iris right away about her child. If Iris would have accepted her as her mom, I feel like later on, she would have told them. Like, I feel like Francine was just like, okay, I really can't tell, I can't surprise them with this new kid, I have to warm up to them first. So I feel like that's what she was trying to do. Yeah, Iris jumped the gun, it's like, okay, you have a son, what is wrong with you? You ain't telling me, and then she walked away. I feel like it's like, what the heck are you doing? Like, let's have Francine explain herself and explain this first, than just leaving and not talking to Francine. Because obviously, if you leave, she's obviously going to stay in Central City. She's obviously going to try to talk to Joe and you again. So, I feel like she should have let her explain about Wally, unless, I don't know. I feel like she could have explained that a little bit better. And I feel like Iris should have not jumped the gun so fast on that, and just, let her explain about Wally. Because Francine was probably going to tell them. But, she probably thought, okay, I can't just right away surprise him with this new child. I have to wait until, a few weeks, maybe? I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I feel like Francine had that planned out, and then Iris just smashed it down. I feel like Iris, it's gonna get more exciting with Iris. I feel like this season's gonna be way better for her, and Candace Patton, too, playing the character. It's gonna get really good, but for now, I'm kind of, hating on Iris for not letting Francine explain, because nothing's gonna get resolved if you walk away. So I feel like has to be the next thing for this season, is you have to let people explain what's going on. Like, Barry had to let Jay explain what's going on with Earth 2. Harrison Wells from Earth 2 has to explain to them what's going on in the next episode. Iris has to let Francine explain what's going on. So I feel like this season is going to be all about letting characters explain things and letting, everything, like, things are not as they seem. That's what it's going to be the theme for this season, or at least I think so. But I'm just rambling at this point. So anyway, on to the next story. So Patty Spivot and Barry Allen stuff with all that stuff, they're growing closer. It's going to be really exciting to see what goes on with that as well. I'm really excited for the big cameo that happened. King Shark is officially in the Flareoverse. So they kind of seeded that throughout the entire episode, and Barry thought it wasn't true or whatever in the test or whatever, I don't know. And then, boom, King Shark's here. Grabs Barry, almost kills him in the fight, almost kills him. And wow, I didn't expect to see King Shark on the Flash. You expect him to see him maybe, I don't know where you expect to see him. The only reason why they did King Shark is they actually said that they're not going to do him anymore, but just want to do that. So, could that be a potential Suicide Squad thing? I don't think so. Arrow can't do Suicide Squad right now because of the movie, so I don't think that he'll ever come back, but wow, I didn't expect to see him there. That was kind of random, but really cool. I like the character King Shark, so I was glad to see him on The Flash. But anyway, Harrison Wells stops King Shark, and Wells from Earth 2, and the gun that he used is stolen from Mercury Labs. We're probably going to see more of that next week. Other than that, this episode overall was actually a really fun episode to watch. Comment down below what you guys thought of it. I thought it was really good. Jumping the gun, that's basically the theme of this episode. So updates, another monkey update video will be up today. That's basically, I can't even talk today. I'm basically going to be talking about the vlog channel in that one. So if you guys want to hear about the vlog channel, that one's going to be the one to watch. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. Tonight's Arrow, actually, here's the thing. Arrow's tonight, but also Gamer's Guide is having their huge Q&A that's going on tonight. If I don't know which one I'm going to live tweet for, I might watch Gamer's Guide and just skip Arrow this week. I'm not really sure yet. But I'll tell you guys in the Monkey Updates video. So if you guys want to hear all about that, it's going to be in the Monkey Updates. I'm leaning towards Gamer's Guide just because I like the cast a lot and I love their Q&As. So I'm leaning towards that. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Other than that, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. So links up there to my other Flash videos and some other videos up there as well. Links down there to my Twitter, my Instagram, my Vine, and my vlog channel. You guys can follow and subscribe to those. Other than that, like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.